We are live.
Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's uh, webinar, How to Secure Admission into Higher Institution in Nigeria. It's going to be an awesome time tonight, and I want you to fasten your seatbelts, even call your colleagues, share the link with people, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can watch this webinar over and over and over again for the purpose of information. I also want to appeal to you that apart from this, sharing the link, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and you click on the notification button so that anytime we upload any other information as regards admission or lectures, classes, or as regards academics or education, you can always get a notification to come up online to watch them. This webinar will be on from today, every Monday and Friday by 8:30 p.m. We'll be live. We are not on YouTube tonight, but we promise that before in no time we'll be live on both Facebook and on our YouTube channel right here. So please fasten your seatbelt as we journey together. So my name is Paul Adebayo, and I'm privileged to be the facilitator for these sessions. And my host tonight is Miss Faith. I really want to appreciate you for anchoring this program. I want to be sharing from my words of experience of more than 2 decades and several of the research I've done that have shown and proved all the things I will be saying tonight to be fact. Okay, so that is how it is. We'll be sharing some basic and vital information. But tonight, basically, we'll not be talking much on we'll be saying, we'll not be talking so much. We just want to go straight to the introduction of tonight's webinar. And tonight, what are we going to be talking about? Miss Faith, you can help us go to the next slide. What we want to be talking about tonight is we are going to be talking about the foundation, the knowledge base of what higher institution is all about in Nigeria and probably all over the world. But I'll be narrowing down all my uh, talk tonight to Nigeria. Even if you're outside the country, and believe I know that you probably have an idea of how the educational system in Nigeria is being run, or probably you don't even have an idea at all. Just follow me and let's journey together. Now, categories of higher institutions in Nigeria. The first thing we must establish when it comes to getting admission, not only peculiar to Nigeria or anywhere, is to know the system of or the educational system of that region or that country or that uh, uh, whatsoever. And when you understand it, then you'll be able to look at it critically to know the area that suits your ambition or what you intend to study. So in Nigeria, for instance, the first category of higher institution that we can also call the apex of it all, which is the highest, you know, higher institutions in Nigeria, is a university. And I believe such is also all over the world, university. But there are two types of university or categories of universities in Nigeria. Number one is that we have what is called the regular universities. And what is a regular university? A regular university is a university with a multiple field of study. What do we mean? For instance, if a university have A faculty or a college, a faculty is said to be a a body that controls several other departments that now, you know, oversee departments that are under them and run some specific programs under that department. For instance, we have mathematics department in maybe in faculty of science, or some schools, some university will use the word College of Science. So you have the Department of Microbiology, Department of Botany, Department of Zoology. So I'm just using that as an example, Department of Computer Science. But if you get to Department of Computer Science, you might find out that it's not only computer science degree program that they are offering. You might probably have other programs like software engineering, or software programming, and the rest of web development, depending on the school curriculum and what the programs they are running. As regards computer science, they put it under that department. For department of for Department of Botany, for instance, it's not only people studying botany, especially especially when it comes to postgraduate studies. You see people studying other programs that are under at master's level or PhD level that are under botany. So okay, now let's go further to regular universities. So regular universities only have all these faculty. They will have faculty of science. Let me use the word faculty now. They have faculty of management science, faculty of social science, faculty of art, faculty of law. Because their areas of study is diverse, is not is poly. The word poly means many. Then we call them regular universities. So that does not make the university less to specialized universities, but what it means is that they have multiple programs that leads to having more than one faculty or college that have several other departments under them. And that is why we call them regular universities. You will always find this example, for instance, if you're in Nigeria, even if you are not in Nigeria, universities like University of Lagos, University of Ibadan, Ekiti State University, Covenant University, and etc. etc. Then let's come under specialized university. Okay, before I jump into that, don't forget that most regular universities award basic degree certificate. It means that it's only a few occasions depending on the program they are running. For instance, if they are running programs like law, definitely the students will have to go to law school and they have to spend more than the regular 4 years academic sessions as is obtainable in Nigeria. Okay, we know regular basic degree programs in all our universities are 4 years, but there are special programs that most of the regular universities also partake. Okay, when I say program, what I mean by that program is I mean courses that you study at the university, but we don't call it course because a course is like a subject that you have to take in primary school. Why courses are, I mean, why programs are the discipline of the student that is studying in that particular university. All right. So that's why if you hear the word program, I mean the course or the discipline in that schools that students have, I mean, the student can access and study. Let's move on quickly because of our time to specialized university. Okay, before I proceed, if you have any question, if you have any comment, please kindly type it on the comment section. Then we'll respond to you immediately. But because of our time, we need to move a bit faster. Now let's go on to specialized universities. What are specialized universities? These are universities with a singular field of study. Though over the years we have also discovered that most of the universities as accredited to offer specialized programs or a particular specialized program have also, because of the requirement to study some specific to integrate some specific management courses, even though probably they are science and the rest of them, to make them more relevant in the workplace, now have a mix of other programs. When we get there, I will be able to explain better. But a specialized university is a university basically that specialized in an area of study. Okay, let me give you an example. For instance, University of Medical Science in Ondo, we know that this university, even from its her name, is a university of medical science, meaning that that university is purposefully established to undertake programs like nursing, medicine, surgery, and any other related programs that have to do with medical science, like public health, like MLS, which is medical laboratory science, and so on and so forth. Because that university is basically established even from its a name, that this school, every student who are coming in are all going to be studying medical related courses. So this particular university, we now, because of its nature, we have to, every student attending it, we have to comply with the duration of the program, which is minimum 5 years and above, because most medical courses are complex. Everyone knows this. And for 6 years for medicine and surgery, nursing, 5 years, and the rest of them. So everybody comes together, all right, to that's what that kind of a university offer. University of Agriculture in Abeokuta, which called UNAP, former UNAP, but now it's called Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, which is now FUNAP. So we know this university, even from our name, is said to offer programs that are agricultural based, and they will be able to do all their study in this particular area. So all the courses they'll be having will be veterinary nursing or veterinary medicine, will be courses like agricultural engineering, agricultural extension, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's go to the next example I have on the list here. It's called Taisho Lari University of Education. This is not the only University of Education that we have, but apparently is the first University of Education in Nigeria that I know. Okay, the first University of Education in Nigeria, and they offer BSc, ED, BEd, and so on and so forth. Every courses you can see in this university, or programs rather, are said to be educational based. Though there is a question mark that some of them also are further accredited based on needs to offer courses that are not specialized, but at least that the university can handle, maybe based of integrations of the NUC and needs of our society, the peculiarity of it. For instance, Federal University of Agriculture in Abeokuta have courses like economics, have courses like accounting, because obviously a student that want to study agricultural extension, some of them what have to learn economics. We have courses at the universities in Nigeria that we call GSTs, which is General Studies, like entrepreneurship, computer studies. So if a university like Taisho Lari have to mandate that every student studying any kind of program in their school, or that taking any kind of program in their school, be taught how to speak well, probably that's called use of English, for instance, is one of the GST courses. We have another one that is General African Studies. All right. So they need to create a department that undertake these courses, and by so doing, the work of this department might be limited. In order to maximize resources, Most of these universities, and with the collaboration of NUC accreditation, decided to have some of these basic courses in their school running as a program, running full time, that students can now apply and study and graduate with it. So that is why some of them, even though they are specialized universities, might have one or two might have one or two programs, they are degree program that they are running, that they need to now, you know, that is different totally from the name they bear or what they are accredited for, on quotes. All right, let's go to the next one. Federal University of Science and Technology, Owerri, FUTO. Even if you go to this university and you study courses like microbiology, you are going to spend 5 years because you are in a specialized university. So don't tell me that you want to go to a university and because they are offering, for instance, let's talk about Federal University of Science and Technology, Owerri. We call them FUTO. Okay, for instance, you wanted to study microbiology and you look at your possibility of getting admission and you decide to, okay, let me pick photo as my first choice. Maybe I'm an I mean, I originated from there. My father, my mother, they are from Owerri, and by the virtue of that, they should be able to get admission on merit by catchment or admission by, I know somebody that knows somebody, and you decide to go to Owerri. If somebody decides to go to, maybe for instance, Ekiti State University to study microbiology, or like a University of Lagos to study microbiology, I spent 5 years, and go to Federal University of Oyekiti, Federal University of Science and Technology in Owerri, which is Photo, and to study the same course, you might end up spending 5 years to study microbiology, while someone who went to a University of Lagos or a State University to study the same course will be spending 4 years, and both of you will be graduates. All right. So, and don't forget, why would that be like that? Because there are a bit of integration of technology into your own microbiology that you have studied at the specialized university. So these specialized universities, you have to really know what you're doing. You have to really know that's what you want, especially if you really want to be sure that what you are studying will worth it at the end of the day. You really want to be good at it, and you probably, because of the market available, then you can go to a specialized university. For instance, if you go to a University of Medical Science, you will be sure that everything, all the students, you will not even be able to be distracted by having friends who are studying other courses that will not be distracting you. Maybe probably you have somebody you are staying in the same hostel that's doing theater arts, and every night is acting drama, and you as a medical student, you need to read. There will be clash of interest. Probably they could even shift your interest away from what you're trying to study. There could be some bits of distraction. But in a university that is specialized, there might be less distraction for students from other departments or studying other courses, because all of you basically sometimes will be doing almost the same thing at different levels, even as you proceed. Let's quickly go to the next one. The next slide, please, because of time. And I really want to rush this. Oh, don't forget that you can share this link, you can like our page, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the notification button, and we promise that we are going to give you all the details, everything at all. Some of you at the end of the day don't need to pay anyone to get admission into any school in Nigeria. Some of you can become admission consultant. Some of you will know what to do part time to get what you want, which is basically the reason why we are doing all what we are doing. Let's go to the second category of higher institutions in Nigeria, which is next to the apex category, which is what? Polytechnics. Polytechnics, as the name implies, from the word poly means many. If I say monotechnics, meaning a specialized uh, a specialized what did I put it? A specialized school, a, but offering the same kind of degree that a polytechnic will be offering. Now, what do we get from polytechnics? I'm sorry, these polytechnics supposed to be stroke monotechnics, because polytechnics and monotechnics are same. They offer the same ND and HND programs. But in this, okay, I think that I will discuss in the next slides. So polytechnics now, okay, polytechnics are tertiary institutions that focus on practicals and vocational training. So probably you wanted to study and what you want to do is more of practical or vocational than just pen and pencil talk and the rest of them. Then what suits your ambition is to go to a polytechnic. And as the name implies, means that just the same way we have regular universities that have multi-department, I mean multi-faculty that offers different areas of study, the same way we have it at the polytechnic level, even though everything they are doing have to do with practicals and vocational trainings, but they have several programs, they have several departments, as they are offering programs specialized for computer science. Let's me use the word IT. They will have for engineering. They will have for uh, maybe art for people that want to learn maybe art and design and the rest of them. So you can just go through some of the few universities that I mean polytechnics around you and get the right way. I mean the courses they offer. Polytechnic will not offer any courses that is not practical. Yes, let me use the word. For instance, let me use the word. Polytechnic will not offer a course or a program, rather. Let me use okay. That is not handwork. That is not handy. That is not something you do with your hands. All right. Okay. Courses like, for instance, no polytechnic will be accredited to offer what is called theater arts, for instance. Okay, because it will not be practicable. Okay, no program, no polytechnic will be accredited to offer courses like law or English studies because it's not going to be practicable. Okay, because it's not under the category of vocational or practical training. That's why they are not going to be offering that. So, examples of polytechnics that we have in Nigeria are the Polytechnic in Ibadan. This is one of the longest polytechnic in Nigeria. Okay, we have Federal Polytechnic in Laro. We have Kogi State Polytechnic. We have Wolex Polytechnic or Iwo, and the rest, and so on and so on. We have so many polytechnic. Uh, as we go along with one of these our webinar, we are still going to give you statistics of all of these schools in Nigeria. The region we have the highest number of polytechnics, the region where we have the highest number of universities, the region where we have the highest, we are going to still break down statistics for you that will help you to make decisions. Some people are looking for course that you cannot even find many of the schools around Southwest that offer them. For instance, aeronautic engineering. I'm even still searching. I think the only school that offer it are not even admitting students into that department, which is University of Ibadan. Yes, I also heard that Obafemi Awolowo University at one time wanted to offer the course, but as we speak, they are not even offering this program. They are not doing it. So a student who want to study aeronautic engineering, for instance, or might not even be able to get admission in the southwest for this kind of program. Should we have it? There are other courses like you find in the south in the south. For instance, any course that have to do with marine and offshore activities, is more common and often prominent in the universities or polytechnic or schools that are, within the south because they have the area. So those are part of what you need to know, which we are still going to talk about in the later on. So let's go to the next slide, please, so that we can uh, quickly finish up. We have about 6 minutes left. So we have colleges. So colleges are the same thing like what we have, except polytechnic. That's why I said we use the word colleges so that you will know that it's a polytechnic, but a specialized or form of polytechnic. Just like we have universities and we have regular universities and specialized universities under university. So under this category, what they award are, you know, degree, I mean, like call it degree or certification, like national diploma, national certificate in education, higher national diploma, and so on as the case is peculiar to each of the course of study. So these are what they study. Then if we look at it, college are higher institutions offering a specialized or technical or professional education. So, like for instance, we have Oyo State College of Health and Tech. You'll have had most of all these College of Health Technology, College of Nursing or School of Nursing, College of Education. If you go to College of Education, for instance, you are going to spend 3 years to have your NC, which is National Certificate in Education. But you have gone to Polytechnic to study accountancy. You cannot a Polytechnic will not offer any courses that will lead to NC. No, they are not accredited to do that because that is not their area of jurisdiction. So for College of Education, you spend 3 years, and at the end of the day, you are going to have NC. And in the labor market, teacher, okay, but oftentimes they see you as a professional teacher, though your remuneration, which is your pay, at the end of the day, you are being categorized or classified under someone who still have just national diploma. Why some of these College of Health Technology to what they will offer you is national diploma, and you will have spent 3 years like ND in dental nursing is 3 years in most of these College of Health Technology. But what you are having at the end of it is ND, and somebody who have to study maybe building technology, for instance, in 2 years is done and it's done. So um, specialized college or specialized schools are more peculiar to those who really know what they are doing and what they want. And often than none, most of them have opportunity to join the professional body of their area, area or field. Okay, some of them can join. I think they can get license to practice for dental nursing. You can join the Nigerian Dental Nursing Association so that you can have a license beyond your certificate to even practice. Okay, that is why specialized uh, schools are. I mean, that's one of their advantage. That's one of their advantage. So let's go to the next slide, please, because of time. Okay, the next slide, the next slide. Not sure if I can. Okay, now all the categories we have talked about, there is an omission, which is I did not talk about IEIS institutions. What is IEIS? If you are in Nigeria or you are in Nigeria and you sat for the last jam or you've ever sat for jam in the recent time, especially since 2015, you will see that there is a section that will put IEI. What is that? It's called Innovation and Enterprising Institutions. That is their name. And what did they do? They offer diploma program and certificate programs. That is what they offer in these schools. There's no time. We'll take a particular date and time in one of our program that we talk about IEIs, their benefits, what they do for you, why many of you, that is where you need to start your academic career, but you never just want to go there because you believe it's less. But the truth is, no institution is less than the other. It's just their category that people use to rate them. So all of these schools in Nigeria, for instance, you also have to understand that all these categories, they have proprietorship. That is, we have universities either specialized or regular that are owned by federal universities. I mean, that are owned by federal governments. All right. So if you're also looking for a way to get admission into university, you can decide that, okay, I'm going to a specialized university, maybe of medical science. Do we have a federal university that is basically offering specialized program in the field of medicine? Let's say you want to study nursing and that is what you want. Okay. Do we have do we have a university that is a specialized university in technical studies? All right. So those are the questions that should come to your mind. Probably maybe because you have flair, or you have, I mean, you felt that because in Nigeria we believe government have subsidized education, and so most of these federal owned university or government owned universities are less or cheaper, let me put it that way, and of high quality in the real sense of it than private or other proprietorship universities or institutions. So the second one is we have state university. So if you say, for instance, I won't go to state university, because these are one of the questions people ask me that I wonder if they actually know what they're talking about. A parent or some student will ask me, I want to study medicine. Okay, I will start say, okay, if you want to study medicine based on what to score, these are the things I think is applicable. Then I said, I want to go to a federal university. And apparently, because of the competition in Nigeria to study medicine, nursing, and the likes, so all the federal university are too competitive for you to gain the admission with the JAMB score that you have with you, or the what, let me call it JAMB UTME score that you have with you. So okay, we now say, okay, is there another university that is owned by federal government? Obviously, as of today, federal government does not have a University of Medical Science. The first University of Medical Science that we ever have in Nigeria is owned by a state, and that is the one I use as example, called Ondo State University of Medical Science. It's called University of Medical Science Ondo, Unimed. All right. So do we have private owned university that are specialized in medical science? Yes. We have a University of Medical Science, and we have a likes of others that were just coming up. All right. So these are options available. I want to study nursing, I want to study medicine, and you know that is good for you. That's what you want to do. Then there is a need for you to shift your focus on where you can easily get what you want. Okay? Because of my time is fast spent. My time is fast spent. My time is fast spent. Okay. My time is fast spent. Welcome any questions on our uh, in the comment section. Okay, you can easily share your comments or your likes or anything you want to do. So basically, in Nigeria, we have three types of proprietorship: the federal government, the state government, and the private individuals or private organization. If I say private organization, for instance, we have a university called Adeleke University in Osun State. Okay, Adeleke University is owned by an individual. All right, but we have another university called Covenant University that is owned not by an individual but a religious organization, which is, I think, we call the church the Living Faith Church. Okay, so those are the categories of proprietorship that we have in all of these schools. So you can decide. But when it comes to money, when it comes to other things, we'll be discussing why should you choose a religious-based university or institution? Why should you choose a state university? Why should you choose a federal university? When it comes to choices, it's mostly because of money. Okay, money is always the first thing that comes to mind. Even quality is secondary, because there are federal universities that doesn't even offer as much quality as some private universities. There are some state universities that offer more quality than some federal university or higher institution. Don't let me use university alone. In all the categories, there are, federal institutions that offer far better services or programs standardized than even some a religious owned institution, some individual owned institution, and so on and so forth. So the next one is to talk about the four critical areas of admission matters. I have this. That's where I'm going to stop today. We're going to continue from the next session. We are going to continue on Monday on four critical areas of admission matters in Nigeria. I use the word SWOT. SWOT is a business word they call it SWOT analysis. I use this to analyze the areas that everyone needs to be concerned, that you need to consider critically in making your decisions of getting admission into higher institutions in Nigeria. So all I'll be able to do all the from the beginning is to expose you to the foundation, to the basics of institutions in Nigeria. I've talked about universities. As I said, there are two types of universities in Nigeria: the regular universities and the specialized universities. And I gave example that if it's the regular universities, they will be offering courses across all areas of discipline. They will be offering courses from Faculty of Law or College of Law to medical science to engineering to education to almost everywhere, to science, to management science, to social science, and that's what they will be doing. That's why we call them regular universities. And majority of the courses they offer, obviously, it are basic degree programs like Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Education, and the rest of them. Those are basic things they do. And majority of their courses, especially if you're in Nigeria, are between 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years. If they are offering if they have a department that offers a specialized program like medical science and the rest of them. So they are under obligation to maintain the same standard that a specialized university will have undergo. We also talked about polytechnics and colleges. We said they award almost the same level of degree. All right. We said they award the same level of degree. And what is the same level of degree? Like, a certification rather. And that is national diploma or higher national diploma. And if it is a specialized for college, for instance, they can also award certificates like national certificate in education, which enables every individual that have that certificate to obtain a license to practice as a teacher. All right, and so on and so forth. College of Ed Technology too is 3 years. College of Education is 3 years. Most of the specialized college are they have 3 years program. Some of them too do have 2 years program, as the case may be. So before you apply to that school of Ed Technology and you are thinking in 2 years you should be done with your first certification program, which is national diploma, you'll be shocked that the program you're applying for might be 3 years. So you have to know what you are doing. You have to know what you want. You have to know where you are going. All right. That is very, very important. Okay. I omitted one that I didn't talk about, but I enumerated it. Sorry, I enumerated it. That is IEIS. We call it Innovation and Enterprising Institutions, and which is obviously we are going to find time one of these Monday or Friday to talk about. So under SWOT analysis, let me just give you a glance of what probably we'll be talking about. Okay, we'll be talking about, for instance, under your strengths. We quickly talked about, strength is about student diagnosis. You want to diagnose what's your strength, what's your academic capacity. I want to study medicine, I want to study law. Do you have your academic capacity, your foundation, can it carry it? Or you are just making noise, you just want to follow friends, you just want to study something that have a name, but when it comes to capacity, you are not internally ready. We talked about JAM score. What are the obtainable JAM scores that eligible you to even probably qualify for the course you are studying, and the rest of them. We talk about your O-level grading too, which also help us to determine your academic studies, your finance. Okay, is your parent, are they ready for it? Do they have the money? Do they have, all right? Okay, your head status, maturity, can it even take what you are bargaining for? You want to study theater art, and your head can't carry dancing every day, jumping, doing do working out to get yourself fit as a theater art student. Obviously, all of these are part. For instance, okay, you don't have good head standing and you want to study courses that demand strength from you, definitely you might not be able to do it. So we are going to look at all of diagnoses. We are going to look at your weaknesses. We are going to look at threats. We are going to look at the opportunities you have. And that is the reason why we said that your mark, okay, it is useful. It is not a waste. depending on the level at which you can find yourself and fix yourself in. Thank you so much. Also, for you to have updated information as regard admission, we have a WhatsApp channel. The name of the WhatsApp channel is called Edu Connect. Okay, we're going to be sharing the links to with you that will be strolling under these lights. All right, you can easily join us for subscribe to our channel, Edu Connect admission update, where if a university is selling form, okay, with their cutoff mark, the requirement to get admission, we'll be posting it there from time to time. In fact, we post there sometimes twice, three times a day. That's to tell you how much information that we have access to. I remain Paul Adebayo, and I look forward to see you next time. Please don't forget to like our YouTube page. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page. Don't forget to hit the notification button. Don't also forget to look for our WhatsApp channel, which is Edu Connect. Just search for Edu Connect on you will get to see us there, and you will see Edu Connect admission update. You can join us and you will not regret you do this. If you have any questions or any comment, anything, drop it on the comment section and we'll be glad to reply you. Bye for now. God bless you. All right, see you Monday by 8:30 a.m.